All right, I finally decided on a strategy after years and years and years of not really being committed because there's so many great ways to trade. That's the problem. I'm using a simulator right here for this demonstration, and I marked out how I trade. This is my first video with my new system. I'm back on my channel, changed the name, rebranding, because I'm very happy and confident with my decision here to choose this particular trading system, which is the Fibonacci system, which is, man, is it amazing. Before I go into the philosophicals and metaphysicals and scientific even reasons for trading the Fibonacci system, let me show you what I marked out. And for the last 3 days, I have been successful every day, positive. I'll show you that later. But here's the idea. Let's take a look at the day chart, because to me it's important that the day chart tells us kind of what we're going to be getting into. And that is, we want to make sure that we're on the right side of the market. And the day chart needs to be bullish if we're going to go bullish, and bearish if we're going to go bearish. So let's take a look at this right here. And we see right here on the day chart that it is bullish. All the moving averages are spread out like this. This is the day chart. And we are sideways, but all the moving averages are still separated properly. It hasn't closed below even the very first moving average, which is a 5-day moving average. So to me, you can find opportunities in here to go long. And that's what we're looking at today. And by the way, all these days right here, 1, 2, 3, we were positive. Today, I just marked out this morning. I didn't take any trades, but I marked out the trades that I do take and will be taking. And I may actually do some trading in this video, pause it and trade live, come back and trade live. But when I first came in, I looked at this 15-minute chart, and I saw this nonsense chopping. I said, man, I don't want to mess with this right here. So I had my mind set to not take any trades. That's why I didn't take these trades, which are beautiful setups that I've been taking. But then I realized, well, the day chart is still bullish, even though it's going sideways. And we're coming down to a pivot level here, which gives me a reason to start taking trades right here, back up to this level up here, which is exactly what it did. It's back up here now. So I didn't think that through, so I avoided these trades. I said, let me just look at what's happening. So down here in the box where you see this support level right here, that's this red box over here at the bottom that you can see right down here at the bottom. Okay, now once it touched it and got inside it and swept that first level, 50% right here was the trade. Let me get rid of this one right here because it's kind of throwing off everything. This 50% right here, boom, boom, you can see how that just succeeded. Well, my goal here is to wait for it to close green. Once it closes green, jump in it with a stop loss right underneath that candle. It's a 1 candle risk reward. And then you can see it clearly made profit. Okay, now, did it happen here? It happened here again. 50% of this move here. This one was a 78.6. I used 3 different measures on the Fibonacci level to get what I'm looking for. Only 3. But it depends on which. We'll talk about how to change your pivots later. But I just want to show you that once I switch to this pivot here, it worked beautifully. 1 candle risk reward, only 1 candle, right? And then over here, it went all the way down to 78.6 from the same level, and it failed. So there's a failing trade. And, you know, technically it might have gotten a 1-to-1, but if you want more than 1-to-1, that would have failed. Now, this one right here, coming back down to the same support level, I like to trade that way too. Structure, sweeping, once something sweeps the pivot level, but the main strategy is the Fibonacci strategy. Look at this over here. Once it got back down to support, we drew the next Fibonacci. Look at that, 1 candle risk reward, right? And then there's nothing to trade all the way up to here. And then once it goes up high enough, 4 or 5 that are working, once it gets that level, I don't like to trade. And plus that the candle is that big right here, I don't like to take the trade. So I probably would not have taken that trade. And I would have waited. Let's take a look at what's going on down here as it drops. Oh yeah, I did this one. You can see the Fibonacci still drawn, the golden zones right here, but that 78.6, look how it did right there on that 78.6. You got your risk reward, and then boom, great profit. It did it again right here. Let's take a look at this next one as it drops down right here. You can see from here to here, back down 50%, one candle risk reward, and boom. Okay, that's what I marked out today. Here's another one. From this pivot level here to the high here, boom, golden zone, 50%, one candle risk reward, and it worked. Now, what about, was that 5 winners, 1 loser? Okay, so I did not take any of those trades. If I end the video right now just explaining this from observation, good, but if I decide to pause it and take some trades live, here's another one, check this out. While I'm talking and while I'm making the video, look at this. It looks like an interesting technique. I like it. I'm hoping that I will be able to do this in live streaming and eventually teach people how to do it for free, because there's a lot of scammers out there. I've been scammed, lied to, hustled, ripped off on YouTube, and they're always trying to sell you something. I'm hoping that I would never sell you anything. Maybe invite you into a Discord one day for free, and go from there. And just, a lot of people say that, but, I hope that I mean it. I really do, because you should make money from trading. You don't need to sell anything and charge people a bunch of stuff. I really want to do this for free. I really want to. So that's my goal. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.